Hello, everybody. Welcome to part two of our series of creating a new language for Legend of the Sword. Now, what we have here, if you didn't watch the last episode, this language is going to be based off of Vietnamese. Now, let's go ahead and I'm going to read out some of these sounds that we're going to include in our language, as well as some extra sounds. So let's start. M, N, Nya, N, P, T, K, T, F, S, Sh, H, H, F, Z, L, R, Y, W. And there will also be some extra sounds in the language that we will include. Now, this is the Vietnamese phonology. Now, if we scroll down to the vowels here, we are going to read this. A, E, I, U, O, A, Y, Y, U, O, A. I probably pronounced some of that wrong, but whatever. And yep, that's going to be it for this part. Now, you're going to start by going over to IPA chart.com, which is where we are going to find the section we're going to need. And we're going to go to Vulgarland. If you don't know what any of this is, I will explain it in a bit. Right, so, is phonology, that's the consonants. Yeah, we're going to include some of the basic consonants that we're going to need. So let's do B, D, I might include this one, Sh, Z, J, F, G, H, Y, K, L, L, M, N, Nya, N, P, R, S, Sh, T, oh, wrong T, T, S, V, W, H, Z, J, and then this. Vowels. We're going to include A, E, I. We're also going to include O, U. Let's look at Vietnamese phonology. Go down to consonant. No, vowels. Oh, and yeah, we included all that. Maybe also ah. Okay, vowel tones. Going to need to include some vowel tones. High, mid, low, extra low, low. Yeah, I do not know what I'm doing. High, mid, low. Let's just have no vowel tones then. Alright. I feel like no vowel tones would be a lot better. Yeah. No vowel tones. Okay. Next, we're going to go over here and click Generate New Language. And it's going to give us a whole chart. Yeah. And we are going to be using this to help build our phonology because I do not feel like typing everything out. Trust me. If you're in my shoes, you would not feel like doing that either. It sucks. Okay, so if we'll scroll down, it just gives a bunch of grammar as well, which is also really helpful. I feel like it's probably the best part. Okay, now it also gives us some bit of a dictionary here. Now, let's go ahead and just C, Control V. It's 10, okay. Perfect. Boom. Do, 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 do. Now, once we're done some of the basic stuff in this episode, we are also going to be doing some of the what was I gonna say again? I'm trying to think. I was gonna say something about like right, vowels. We need to include those vowels. We should include those vowels. Okay. Okay, there we go. We now got our phonetic chart. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to need to do is start work on some. Basically, what we're going to do is now we're going to create sort of Latinized characters of every single uh right, Latinized characters of ah something like every abnormal character in the language. So first, we're going to start off with nia, which you can find in the French word gagner, 35. That's going to be represented with a G and an N. Yin. We will change some. Oh, wait, what? That is supposed to be a... Are you kidding me right now? That is supposed to be... There's supposed to be something that wasn't there. G and K. I... Okay. Here we go. Then N and a G, or sometimes an N and H. I think that's also sometimes in Vietnamese. I don't know. I'm kind of stupid, but here we go. This is going to help us type any abnormal characters that we're going to need, such as this character, possibly this character, or this one, or that one, or that one. I don't know. Yeah. So it will help us type a bunch of the characters that we're going to need. Next, we're going to need... This is, like, fine. It's not going to need... Let's represent this one with, say, an apostrophe. Just to separate words or something. Okay. Z and ts are fine. J to represent with a J. F, S, Z, J. Represent with a Z and an H. Sh represent with just play around until we find something that we like. I think something like maybe yes. Oh yeah, definitely that. That looks kinda nice. This character is okay, so if you say human or yeah, just like or like human in the English language, you'll hear the sound. That's basically what this French looking C is. That's a character in the French language, but we're not going to be using that. Instead, we're going to be using a separate character for this. We are going to maybe something like no. I guess something like that could work. I've been creating languages for Legend of the Swords since before we started working on the actual game, as well as the entire world for it, like maps, stuff like that. I am actually the lead designer of the game. Huh? You'll hear this in Russian. Huh? It's a hard huh. Let's represent it with maybe H. Maybe something like Oh, something like that. Looks pretty nice. So it's sort of like a H with a tilde on the side. Yep. That'll look even better. Next, yeah. You're represented with a Y. We're just romanizing a lot of this so that it's easier to type. R, we'll say R. We'll stay like a standard character. H sounds like H and L together, so we're going to be including that. And L is fine. Okay, now time for vowels. Ah, we might include an ah sound. It's right with here on open. So like right there. Ah, represented with an A with this. I have tried learning Vietnamese before. It's kind of difficult with some of the sounds that you have to produce, so I might try it again just to sort of get to me building this language. Hmm. Eh. We're sticking to sort of like traditional Vietnamese, you could say. There are a lot of different like dialects, sorts of things. But this is just constructed language. So yes, next we'll cover again. Let's stick to the sort of Vietnamese sort of thing, except we are not. We're gonna be doing our own thing here with a little no. Uh, guess something like yeah, that looks good. We're only going to include like 3 tones in the language, so that it's not difficult. We're just going to set rules. The entire live stream here is just going to be sort of like building the first step to the language, and there might be a live stream later today or tomorrow where we continue working and start working on the grammar, which will be the longest part. And then the next episode will probably be even longer. We'll start working on vocabulary. This is gonna be fun. This is probably gonna be one of the best series for Legend of the Sword. I don't know. Okay, let's do uh. I already got a character in mind. I do this with some of the other conlangs I do, where is sort of like a E with 2 dots on the top. And like in German, eh, or I. I do speak some German, so uh, ah, will literally just be an oh. It's based off of Vietnamese, but it's not directly Vietnamese. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, then move on. Oh, maybe that. Okay. Now we can start working on some syntax. So let's create sort of like a 3 here. And maybe like 4 here. Actually, we might include one more on here. I don't know, and I don't care. This like phonotactics / syntax. Okay, so let's do syllable. Oh, I forgot to bold it. Well, that's my fault. Completely forgot to bold this. Let's do syllable shape, which will be C B C. Yep, CVC. And now let's do the word order, which is going to be let me stick with SVO. There's a lot that we're gonna have to cover. So if we go to here, nouns, I don't care about that. Ugh, gotta be kidding me. That's annoying. Okay, next, let's cover adjectives. So we're gonna have adjectives precede the nouns that they modify. Which means that adjectives come before nouns, kind of like in English. We will switch this around near the end of the. We will do some changes. If you have any recommendations that we should do for the language, or any changes that we should make, please let us know. We love to hear anything that you guys have to say. Okay, next, let's go ahead and do the tones, and then we're going to cover stress. And I feel like that should be it for the syntax. Actually, no, let's go over here. Basic syntax, root conjugations, okay. Clauses. Okay, so this does look kind of simple. So tones are going to be 3 tones. So let's go ahead and get like a circle on here. Head and get a. Oh, I did not mean to enter that. Head. Let's just use an O for now. So there are going to be 3 tones. Rising, falling, and high. Those are the 3 main tones. Rising, falling, and high. Oh. Okay. Next thing we're going to cover is some modifiers, adjectives. I could have just copied that. Okay, never mind. Alright, next we're going to have to cover some basic stress. So stress will always fall on the second syllable. Okay, pretty basic. And I feel like that's gonna be it for the live stream. Alright, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.